about to head off towards Reading and then turn onto the River Kennet and the Kennet Avon Canal on the last leg of our cruising part of our journey, I suppose. The Thames has been beautiful scenery, lovely and wide, so you get a chance to look without actually going and hitting the bank for not paying attention, but incredibly difficult to find anywhere to moor and quite stressful.
It's okay as long as you don't like your sleep.
The locks are great because a lot of them are manned by lock keepers and they're all electric, so it's a question of pushing a button, but they're huge. But if we turn around, we'll show you where we've had to moor, which is you can just see the Duke in and against all the grass. Almost need a step ladder to get back up out of her. But it's
nice. It's nice here. I quite like
beautiful.
it, but it's very hard to moor. It's okay for the little cruisers because where they've got the V-shaped hole, they can get up against the bank. But you know, in a narrow boat with a flat bottom, it's very difficult to get in close enough unless you've got the gangplank, which is no good for the wife or the dogs.
No, I'd go in. But last night was awesome. For some reason, all the geese decided to fly over, didn't they?
Yeah.
Hundreds, literally hundreds of Canada geese flew over at dusk, really, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Which was stunning. And as we say, the river's absolutely beautiful. But I must admit, I think I'm looking forward to getting back to our canals.
I'm just looking at Leo. There's some newly cut grass in front of us. It's rough grass and it's quite spiky, and it's quite a thing to see Leo walking on it, which we'll show you at the end of the video. Yeah, mesmerising. But yeah, so we're off today. I can't say I will miss the Thames too much. It'd be nice to get back on the canals. You know, we've sort of more in places and things like this.
I think also because you have the towpath close by, people seem to be friendlier on the canals. They're not unfriendly on the Thames, it's just that they're a distance away, so it just tends to be more reserved, I'd say. Not unfriendly, just more reserved.
Yeah. Anyway, it's 8 o'clock in the morning at the moment.
Again, so early.
We're about to start off. The weather's not bad. It was really nice yesterday. We had a bit of everything, and it looks like it's going to be a similar day today. It's a bit overcast at the moment, as it was yesterday, but then it'll brighten up, and it should be a nice day's cruising. How long have we got? We've got about 7 hours today. How many locks? You must have counted them.
Not too many, I don't think, because most of them are electric, but I think I've got about 9 locks today, something like that.
9 locks, and you're sure they're all electric?
I've got swing bridges as well today, I think, so.
So there you are, and we'll speak to you again soon.
Oh, did you want to say where we are?
Where are we? We're in the Thames, that's all I know.
Yeah? Well, we left Abingdon yesterday.
Oh.
And we're going on our way to Reading today, so somewhere between the two, but we have no idea where we actually are. Yeah. I think we're near.
For those that know the Thames, there's a big hill at the back of us.
The other thing that I have found is, although we still have the Nicholson guides for going along and everything, because the bridges aren't numbered, they're named. And there's long stretches of the Thames without any bridges at all. So actually navigating it has been quite hard, because if I pop down into the kitchen to make a cup of tea, as somebody seems to need one quite regularly, I might have missed a bridge or something, and you've got very few landmarks to actually show you where you are between locks. And sometimes that can be an hour or two between locks, or it can be several miles. And it's quite hard to actually find out where you are, and the book again might show where there's moorings, but you've no idea whether you're near it, past it, on it.
Oh, we're having a little problem as well at the moment. 2 weeks back we had a problem starting. It seemed to me fairly obvious, and I'm not a mechanic, that it was going to be the starter motor. No, I'm not. It was something to do with the starter motor. It happened once we've been cruising a little while, and the engine was hot. Turn it off, had a problem starting from that moment on until it cooled down. We called to see the RCR, that's him. They come out, look at it, they said, oh, it's loose wire. So they tightened up a bit of the wiring, went. We cruised off, stopped, couldn't start it again. We actually stopped in Banbury, yeah, right outside Toolers actually, and we had one of their electricians come over and look at some of our electrics. We wanted some little bits done to the electrics, and they were kind enough to do them while we were there. In the meantime, he actually looked at the starter motor and he said, no, it's definitely going to be your starter motor making that noise. And anyway, the mechanic come back out again to have another look at the starting motor, and he decided it probably was the starter motor. But as long as I give it a good kick and a bang, and
basically hit it with a hammer,
and we could get it started. And once he got the part, I've heard that before. Once he got the part, they'd let us know and come and fit the new starter motor.
So here we are a week later, having broken down a couple of times with it.
Yeah.
The other night we had to literally moor on the moorings leading up to a lock, which you're not supposed to moor on at all, but we'd stopped and couldn't go anywhere. Phoned RCR and they said, we're waiting for a part, there's nothing more we can do. So fortunately you managed to get it going.
Yeah.
And we're just waiting for a call for them to come and...
Well, it does. It starts after it's cooled down. It starts easily. It's just why it's hot. One of those things. But it's not stopped us moving off, because we just don't turn the engine off. We just keep going until we finish.
We did upset that very officious Jobsworth lock keeper yesterday.
Yes.
We had one of the lock keepers who was very probably the first person we've met on our travels that has really been just I'm so much better than you, I'm a lock keeper, you've got to do as I'm told, as you're told, etc, etc. And he wanted the engines turned off in the lock, which is the first we've ever heard of anybody doing it, and none of the other lock keepers in the big electric Thames locks wanted it.
You're supposed to turn them off.
Well, nobody else asked any of the boats to, but so we explained to him, yeah, of course we can turn it off, but we won't be going anywhere again if we do so.
We'll be mooring up for the night in his lock.
and he was quite put out about that as well. So he took great delight in pointing out that we needed a licence to be on the Thames, and charged us £45.40 for a 24-hour licence, which is
well, that wasn't his fault. We got to pay the licence.
It was the attitude, I have to say, and it's the first time I've come across it in our travels, where yes, I stayed polite. Dave stayed on the boat, which was probably safest. And here we are touring on.
But anyway, we're back cruising, and
absolutely.
It's a lovely day.
So we can't stop and chat, because we've got to get to Reading to get some diesel, because along the Thames they only seem to sell petrol for the cruisers and no diesel for the narrowboats.
A lot of them sell diesel.
Not any that we can find.
No, but some of them have got a limited stock and they're not willing to sell it. That's, so it's quite a thing. I would suggest, if you're on the Thames, that you make sure you're
filled up before you get on there.
Filled up, and you're emptied as well, because
pump outs are hard to find.
Yeah, if you're going to pump outs, it's very difficult to get in, because they've either got their hire boats and you just cannot get to them, or they're not willing to do them, quite frankly, and they're expensive as well. So
I phoned ahead and I found a boatyard in Reading who have diesel, who are willing to take us in and sell us some.
willing to take us in.
They've got room for us as long as we don't go on a Friday or Saturday, which are their changeover days, so that's fine. And we're heading off down there for a very polite and pleasant lady who was very helpful, so at least that should be fine. And as I say, I think we've enjoyed the scenery, the beauty. Some of the houses are amazing.
I've got a couple of videos of those.
But I think we'll both be glad to get back to the canals.
Yeah, I think Ronaldo must live in one of them, I think.
I don't think he could afford it. So, you know.
Probably not.
Anyway, bye for now.
Yeah,
and we'll catch up with you again
remember
later.
to subscribe and like us, love us, do anything you like with us, really.
See, it's a bit perky this morning.
Bye-bye.
Bye.